Hades on the Nintendo Switch. This is a test run of my J5 Create 4K USD capture device. You won't be able to hear the audio because it's not capturing the audio of the game with the microphone that I'm recording this on. This is a Turtle Beach headset that's recording into an USB-A capture device. This is just a test run. I wasn't able to get any commentary through the capture box, the J5 Create capture box. So I'll just set it up this way. I'm going in medias res because we're not just because we're playing Hades, but because I wanted to just make this part of my test run. It says what chamber I'm on, but it doesn't say what run this is. I guess I thought it would. Yeah, it doesn't say what run this is. I'm in the middle of a run with my sticky bar right here, my 39.5-foot pole. I don't remember what it's called. But it's the one weapon I've really liked using. I prefer it to the sword, actually. I think it's a tiny bit slower, but it feels about as fast as the sword. I got way more range. You can see my buffs over here on the left-hand side of the screen. I have played Hades before on this channel, so you can watch my other earlier videos of Hades if you want a deeper dive into how I play the game. But I've actually gotten pretty deep. I made it to the snake boss at level 2. During my previous run, which was not recorded here, so don't worry about that. So what do I got? My Doom and effects deals more damage. So what do I have? I'm wearing a bracer here that reduces damage from the front by 20%, but I take more damage from behind. My dash damages foes in the area and knocks them away. So the B button allows me to dash. And when I get to my destination, it knocks enemies away and it does a little bit of damage. So that's a nice buff that I got. Attack and special are stronger for the first 10 seconds in an encounter. So I go into a room, my attacks are stronger. So that's cool. My special hits up to 7 foes, dealing 30 base damage. Oh, it's a chain skewer. So if I hit an enemy, it usually bounces from enemy to enemy, apparently. I can press the X button here on this Switch controller to throw my spear. Press the button again to have it boomerang back to you. You can also press the Y button to do the exact same thing. So that's how far it goes. I can't cancel that, but I can bring it back pretty quickly, so that's cool. So it gives you a bit more range. Because this does not reach across that tile on the floor. If I throw it, it goes beyond the tile. Yeah, that's how far it goes. So it gives me a bit more range. What else do I get? Special hits up to 7 foes. My special inflicts doom. It's when I throw that weapon across the screen, it inflicts doom. And more importantly, it deals more damage, but it takes a half second to activate. So after a brief moment, the victim takes a burst of damage. So it's a Fist of the North Star, you are already dead situation. Up here, I can restore 2 pips of energy. I restore 2 pips of health every time I go into a new room. So when I leave this room, I'll get 2 pips of health back. Health is in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. And I get 1 extra life. So I get half my life back when I die. So it's basically an extra life. It's a Phoenix down. That gives me back half my life. So on the bottom of the screen there, on the left-hand side, you see my health. To the right of that, it says 1-1. That's my cast, mapped here to the A button. Throw that at an enemy for a long-distance attack. I think it goes across the room, but you have to pick it up if you want to grab it again. More importantly, if it's stuck inside of an enemy, you're gonna have to kill the enemy to get it out. I believe that's normally how that works. Where's my cast explained? So my cast isn't really explained here. Alright, that's fine. Establishing the basics, so let's go back out. You won't be able to hear the music. I guess I can crank up this TV. This J5 Create capture device has a pass-through, has a 4K pass-through. I'm exporting, since again, this is a mounted Switch, exporting in 720p. Don't worry about that. And I think I always want more keys. Because I want more permanent upgrades. So a key is a permanent upgrade. So on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you see I have 12 keys. I have one gift of nectar, so we're not going to give it to him. That was the sign. You don't stab the guys inside the cage. I do like those emoticons. I do like those emojis. Anyway. Okay. I already killed her before. Ow! I killed her once at least. That's how I made it to Asphodel, which is the second stage. Yeah, I thought I was going to be able to beat her. I guess I'm getting sloppy. Well, I'm going to have to take that L. Oh, he's summoning minions. He's impervious during that animation. Careful! Ah! Well, didn't say it's going to be a long test. Ah, careful. Careful. Yeah, you gotta dodge her when she rears up like that. Okay. So I should be able to stab those bullets she throws at me. See? Stab the bullets. Just nice. Careful. Bullets. Ah, careful. Ah. Hate this part. Ah, got me from behind. Bastard. There's no escape. Yeah, well. So when are we getting that Transformers roguelite? But yeah, this game plays very good well on the Switch. This is version 1.0, isn't it? Shut up, Meg. 1.03. Okay. So this is a cartridge that I got from the Maryland Library System. I don't know what version was originally printed on the Switch. Obviously, this game was only available on the Switch. It was a Switch console exclusive for a while, I think for about a year, before I was able to get the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 versions. The PS5 version, I don't know if that version runs any better. It probably just has a higher resolution. Yeah. Insert all the fan fiction you want, guys. Yeah, that chair is always there, but you're never allowed to sit on it. So whatever. So I guess all this will fill in later in the game. I don't know. I guess I think I have to quit the game to see what run I'm on. Because I don't know. I think this might be my 10th run. But I rented this game about a week ago, and I've been playing it I've been playing it pretty much every day ever since. I guess I could give it to the. I could give a gift to the Cerebus. We'll worry about it later. Can you pet the dog? You can pet the dog. And there's nothing here I ever wind up buying. I mean, I got this, which increases the likelihood that I'll get a bonus dungeon when I'm exploring, but it's rare enough that I would say it happens less than like 20% of the time. Like every 5 runs, I might get one of these chambers. So we'll see how it goes. Chambers may contain urns with extra gold. I mean, is it worth it? I don't see you can collect these stones. It's just I don't really spend them on anything. So I usually trade them because I'm gonna go down to the bar south of us at the bottom of the screen and trade some of those stones in for something I really want, like keys. And I'll show you why once I get to my bedroom. See, this is like cosmetics. Like, if you're buying this stuff, it means you haven't. It means there's nothing else in this game worth buying. Cosmetics. Now, maybe at some point, people will give you. Maybe you'll unlock certain like dialogue options. I guess if you spruce the place up. I don't know. Maybe people will give you bonuses if you spruce the place up. I don't know. I haven't been playing this game enough to know if that's a thing. Yeah, Nyx is not my mom, despite what I was led to believe at the beginning of the game. Despite what we were all led to believe at the beginning of the game. Yeah, Meg's on the wall because I beat her once, and we can trade. So again, I usually trade these stones for keys. You can also trade keys for nectar, and you can trade nectar for darkness, which you can use to buy skills in your bedroom when you look at the mirror. I do like the chef down here. I like the animation on the chef. Yeah, there's a bit of a thing where the character responds to the narrator, so they're kind of doing a Rocky and Bullwinkle thing, which I'm normally a fan of, but it gives the story a bit of it reduces some of the weight of this story, makes it even lighter than it would be otherwise. So I have enough keys to unlock two more talents. Let's see. Start each attempt with some more wealth. So you have some more coins. Raise your life total. That sounds important. So I might get that. And I need 20 keys to unlock the next batch of upgrades. So these two here, the Boiling Blood and the Infernal Soul, were the first tier of upgrades that I bought with the keys. I think I used 5 keys to unlock these two. The Deep Pockets are the second tier, and I needed 10 keys for that. Raise your life total 5. I think I might just do that. I like having more life to play with. More money. Money allows you to buy other things. Like you saw me buy some items in the store earlier. So this gets more expensive over time, but that's okay. So I guess I can start with a bit more wealth. So these are permanent upgrades. I'm not opposed to permanent upgrades. And this, yeah, I already slept in the bed, so that's where the part of the game the part of the narrative that gets unlocked that explains that Nyx isn't my mom. Spoiler alert. So yeah, I was finally able to sleep in that bed. Actually, I had to sleep in the bed to advance the story. I think it was after my 6th or 7th run. I don't know. So we go in here. We can decide which keepsake we want to equip for the next run. Deal 15% damage, striking damage foes. Also striking foes behind. So deal more damage to undamaged foes. Well, whatever. Got that from Nyx. Got this from Achilles. Oh, by the way, these rank up as you run around the dungeon and you enter and you clear the rooms. Eventually, they rank up. So if I clear 14 more rooms, this will level up. No complaints. Skull Earring, deal 20% damage when I'm almost dead. We'll probably do that one later. I think Tartarus might have had a keepsake I wanted. The problem is that Tartarus only shows up randomly inside the dungeon. So he's one of those guys where I guess if might want to keep some nectar around so that you can gift it to him. Like down there at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you can see the little yellow circle. That's what I can gift these characters. But if they're always here, there's no reason for me to gift them anything. So we'll worry about that later. Again, there are people I might want to gift like a god, but the problem, But the point is that I want to be able to figure out at some point who has the best gifting exchanges. Again, I can just go online and find that out. But when I played the PS4 game, the PS4 version of this game, I was able to practice with all that. So I actually killed him. But he comes back. So you can practice. You can see how strong your attacks are, basically, by doing that. So my first hit is weak, but my next 2 hits are a bit stronger. It's like 20% stronger. I can throw this. So it does equal amounts of damage. I can cast, which does twice as much damage. But I have to kill him to get the cast out of him. So if I want to recover that cast, I need to kill the enemy. I should be able to quit this run, but I think it saves automatically, so we'll make that part of our test. We'll abandon the escape attempt. I haven't made any progress, so it doesn't matter. So escape attempt 7, although I think that last one doesn't count. So I guess I hadn't done as many runs as I thought. But I'll come back to this in a second. Like I said, this is part of my test run. I wanted to see how it plays on my TV while capturing on my Windows 10 education laptop. It's a tiny, I think it's a dual core Windows 10 laptop. It's got what, 2 gigs of RAM, and it does. I think it might have 4 gigs of RAM, and it does the job. And it should be fine for capturing this at 60 frames a second at 720p. But this is a device I'm gonna try to use when I'm capturing from my PlayStation 4 at 60 frames a second. But I might have to splice in some audio, which is fine. If I'm gonna capture at 60 frames a second, but I don't want to capture onto my laptop. I want like a low input latency. I'm gonna play on a TV which has lower input latency than this capture device does. It's still playable, I think. Like I think I played a couple of other Switch games using this device. But the point was I wanted to see how the input lag was on this capture device. It's higher than my television, but it's not unplayable. I guess I'll play like a shooter later just to see how it compares. But as long as the input latency isn't too high, I'm gonna be fine. But using this HDMI splitter, this HDMI pass through, I'm perfectly fine as far as I'm concerned. So I don't need to worry about the input latency because I'm capturing to something else. It's just that I can't get the audio. There might be some other way for me to splice in some audio because this device comes with an audio cable. So I'll see if I can splice in some audio that way. But yeah, I don't have a combo device, but I might be able to fake it. Not the way I'm thinking of, but I bet there's a way to fake this. So we'll see how it goes. I'll get creative. I might need an audio combiner, which is fine. I'm not opposed to audio combiners. We'll just see how it goes. I'm pretty sure I have one lying around here because I plugged it into my old desktop, my old gamer PC, my Balder gamer PC with the Core i7 inside of it. God, I really wish I could find a motherboard for that thing. I'll find a way to make it work. I can keep the case at least. That's probably what matters more than anything else. So I recorded this with my Turtle Beach headphones, plugged into a MPOW USB-A capture device. If there's some buzzing, it's probably because of that device. The J5 Create capture device is capturing the footage at 60 frames a second at 720p because the Nintendo Switch is mounted into the dock that's outputting at 720p. The Windows 10 educational laptop is capturing this at 60 frames a second, of course. It's a dual-core laptop. But again, I have this J5 Create 4K UHD capture device. Has a 4K pass-through that goes to the TV, while I capture to the computer, no problem.